Hello there everyone, so today we are going to be doing a review on the featured X Summon. So yeah, we got a lot of Digimon to talk about, so let's get right on with it. Starting with Kentaurosmon X. The stats are pretty good, the HP is amazing, the tech is good, the defense is not that great at all, and the speed is okay. The plugins do a good job of increasing the stats, but the counter on the defense plugins is really garbage. You could have honestly increased the stats, not gonna lie, but they went with counter for some reason. Even though you could make the argument that I said the HP is amazing, I will counter with you can never have enough HP. But you of course shouldn't sacrifice anything for HP like power or crit or something like that. So yeah, point is you can never have enough HP, but you also need HP at the same time. So yeah, the X skill is actually amazing. It hits lots of Digimon and it's hard and it removes lots of debuff effects that can actually ruin you, so it's an all-around great X skill to start the battle with. If the enemy has lots of debuffs on you, which they will, 90% of the time that is. The main skills get some mixed feelings from me, honestly. It does hit hard in some cases, but it doesn't pierce anything, but it also debuffs the enemy defense by a lot, but it also doesn't debuff the enemy buffs by that much, but it also increases the green allies' stake and also burns the enemy. So, see what I mean? It has its ups and downs. But overall, I would say it's an okay skill to use to raise that tech by 25%. But when do you use it, that is something I can't really tell since it doesn't actually pierce anything, so most of the time you would just be wasting your turn not doing any damage. Now, the sub-skill is not a bad skill, but I feel like it has some stuff that are missing. Like the debuff from the main skill could have actually worked really well on the sub, meanwhile the ignore damage limiters could have worked really well on the main skill, but I feel like Kentaurosmon X's main and sub skills are just a clusterfuck at this point because of how wrong some stuff feel like in these skills. Okay, so I would just like to clarify some stuff. Before we go into the passive, I decided to go into the game and check for the main skill and sub skill, because last video there was actually a typo in Super Calm Jesmon's passive. You can check the comments to know the situation, but anyways, I checked in game, and yeah, I'm not making this shit up. It's actually like that. So there was no typo in the bot or anything like that. It's actually the same in game. So yeah. The passive is actually nice. The immunity is good, the increased tech to green allies is excellent, the cooldown reduction is also extremely good. Now, Kentaurosmon X on paper seems like a support Digimon with a bit of a dynamic built into him. Like he tries to do more than just support, but due to the bullshit in his main and sub skill, he kind of fails at it, but that doesn't mean he is trash. He's actually good as a support Digimon and as an extra damage Digimon. It's just his main and sub are really confusing. It's like they went and made the X skill really good, and then for the main and sub skill they said, well, the X skill is good, so why make the rest of his skills? Let's just fuck them up to make him balanced. This is literally what I'm getting. But enough of bashing on this poor four-handed horse. Let's get to how you can use him. Now, using this Digimon is really easy. He will only work in a green team, and that's it. So if you have a 4-star Leviamon and a Digimon that can debuff the status resistance of the enemy on passive like Noble Pumpkinmon or the original Azulongmon from way back in the day, then you can basically make a team consisting of that Leviamon or Rasenmon X, that can also work, the Noble Pumpkinmon or the Azulongmon, Kentaurosmon X, and then whatever else you got. I have a friend who slapped in a Heavenlyumon and an Algomon or Argomon, however you spell it, honestly, for extra toxicity, which does work if you want to do it. Or you could add some debuffers like Digimon X and a lot of stuff that can work with that team. So yeah, you really got a lot of options, but you just need to choose the one that will work perfectly. But it honestly does depend on what you have. So yeah, you just need to what you're doing and also the key Digimon for that team to work. That's also another factor for that team. So yeah. Now, next up we got Magnamon X, starting with its stats. Its stats are good, the HP is really good, the power is meh, the defense is awesome, and the speed is decent. The plugins do a good job of increasing the tankiness of the Digimon, but he has really low power, which doesn't help his case at all, and you will know why later. The X skill is really cool actually. It's really powerful but not super powerful. It has its uses, but that's it. The increase in Yellow Allies' power is nice, but again, that's it. The main skill is also powerful, and that's it. There is literally nothing else here. The sub skill is good for support, and that's it too. Now, the passive is nice, I guess. The cooldown reduction is good, and that's it. Oh wait, the cooldown reduction is for himself. Yeah, that's a minus right there. I forgot about that. Sorry. Now, Magnamon X on paper literally seems like a powerhouse. And yeah, he is, but when you keep thinking about him and what he does, and then when you look at him in action, then you will see something else. In this era that's filled to the brim with debuffs and buffs and Hibleo and one-shot and all that stuff, Magnamon X is pretty much outclassing here because of his inability to not be able to do much. That doesn't mean he's complete garbage, so please hold on there, Gundam specialists. Don't kill me with your keyboard. I promise I'm an innocent man. Not really. But yeah, what I almost said here was that Magnamon X can be used by new people, and that's it. He can only be used by new people who don't have anything that's powerful or are out of options to use something. So yeah, and that's it. He really doesn't offer anything else than this. So right now we got some more Digimon to talk about that are in this banner, but first let's talk about Super Brave Rasenmon that I apparently forgot about in the last video. So yeah, I do apologize for that. So yeah. Its stats are really good. The HP is good, the power is excellent, the defense is meh, and the speed is excellent and amazing. The plugins are really good, but that's only for the attack and the defense ones. For the third slot ones, they aren't that great for him. I would mostly suggest you use crit on him, to be honest. You will know why later in the verdict. The X skill is, there's something, honestly. The thing will tear through tanks if they don't even die in the first hit. Like they will die by the other hits. You have to be lucky to only have one Digimon die by this skill. Like if you get one Digimon die by this skill, consider yourself lucky because your Digimon was too ranky for Rasenmon to tear through him. And yeah, the revive is also nice, so yeah, but the damage though, God, man. The main skill is also really good. It adds that extra damage onto the enemy, and if they survive, good luck surviving what's coming next, because that minus 70% defense debuff is not something to laugh at all. The sub-skill is absolutely excellent. It hits all enemies, removes all status effects in the game, and also buffs the team's crit and their attack power too. Like, yeah, what more can I ask for, honestly? Okay, hold on, I hear your keyboard, hold on, I know you can ask for more than that, but for free Digimon that's 4 stars, you shouldn't ask for more. Beggars can be choosers, okay? For the passive, it's good. Like, it's not as great or like shocking as the other skills, but it's not horrible either. The immunity is weird, but the cooldown is good. Meanwhile, the future waiver is really cool for spirals, and the heal is also really good, and the reach is amazing actually. But that's it. Nothing for the team, which is completely selfish, but it's not that horrible, or even the horrible kind of selfish, so we can give it a pass. So right now this Rasenmon is really good. He is not like game breaking or anything, but he's really good. He's essentially just a true powerhouse and a good support for the team. He is pretty much just a power version of the Rasenmon Anniversary versions that's in the Japan version. So yeah, for free Digimon, he is really good. He can be used both in Clash and in PvP, but mostly in Clash due to that Future Waver ability. I can see some high max damage in the upcoming Spiral event, not gonna lie, but his ability to remove all these status effects in the game and also increase your team's power, and also having high damage skills and also having rage is really good. Like, this is something that's really dangerous to go against with the right support, so you better hope the AI doesn't use this guy correctly, otherwise you just spread your ass and hope for the best. Now on to the other Digimon that were in the banner, starting with Agumon. He is pretty much outdated, only used in Clash for some extra hits if you are out of options, so yeah, that's it. Now next up we got Gabumon, who is pretty much more outdated than Agumon actually. So if you want to use the sub-skill for Clash, go ahead, it can be used for that only and that's it. If you want to use a calm team, this guy can fit in it until you can find a better replacement for Clash, not for PvP. So yeah, that's it. But I doubt you will have problems finding a replacement for this guy, because I just talked about Rasenmon, who is actually better than Gabumon actually. So yeah, by far better than Gabumon, honestly. So yeah. Now next up we got Universe Vidramon. Now this guy is pretty much outdated, but you will still see people using it because I honestly don't know. Like, their argument is, oh, he can go vroom vroom, he can go vroom vroom, he can go fast. He's too fast, and he's first. Wow, he's first. He goes vroom vroom, guys. Look, he goes vroom vroom, and he's too fast. Wow, holy shit, wow, he goes vroom vroom. I know I said vroom vroom too much, but please let me have fun with this, honestly. It's too funny going up against people like that. Please let me have the fun with this one. So yeah, in all seriousness, because just because you see people using him doesn't mean you should too. So yeah, wasting your first turn for a debuff and a really good take damage resistance debuff isn't good compared to wasting your first turn completely destroying the team you lay your eyes on. Any team you lay your eyes on. Which one do you want? Just debuffing them or completely annihilating them? You choose. Now next up we got Algomon or Argomon. Now this guy isn't being used a lot, but he can be used in green teams if you are planning to put a heavy Lemon with you, so yeah, he can help out a lot with that. And lastly we got Kaiser Greymon, who is still really good to use in Clash for the ability to deal lots of damage with his Kulung power and his sub-skill, but his usage can be really hard to master, so you need to talk to someone who knows how to use him. So yeah, the Discord is really good for that. There is a link in the description if you want to go there. I do not own that Discord, but I only give it a shout out because it's a really good place to ask for help. So yeah, I gain no benefit from giving it shout outs. So yeah, just because I link it down in the description doesn't mean it's mine or anything like that. So yeah, hopefully you understand that, and yeah, hopefully you know that I'm just trying to help. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, hit those bells so that you don't miss any video. And yeah, I will be trying to finish the MegaFest summon review by tomorrow. Hopefully I can, because tomorrow I got a camp for 3 days, so yeah, I'll not be able to finish any other videos. I will try to finish the MegaFest summon video by tomorrow. So yeah, I'll also not be doing a Japanese counterpart to that video, because why would I? Because they are essentially the same banner, just with extra Digimon in the Japanese version and maybe extra Digimon in the global version. I don't really know, but yeah, why would I? Like, yeah, I will only be doing the reviews all together in one video, and yeah, I'll also be putting that warning again in that video, so just so you know, I will not be doing it. So yeah, in case you are expecting it, I'm not. And yeah, good luck summoning. Hopefully you got what you wanted. Hopefully you got a lot of rubies from the event, the versus Guardians event. I know I have. So yeah, I will see you later, and yeah,